This Christian just decimated Christianity. This is why you don't want to talk on a subject unless you're educated in it. Now let me educate this guy. Oh, I'm getting ready to cook.
Brother, you ain't gonna be doing nothing but cooking yourself. And since you want to be Mr. Answering for Islam, we're gonna need you to answer this. Since this guy likes to clout chase, likes to use people's names to make a name for himself, let's see if he can clout chase me right into Sahih Bukhari 3849.
So you didn't think to read my profile before you made this video? Okay, you know what? Let me just give you guys, for those of you who don't know, let me give you guys a recap. First, this genius came after a verse of the Quran and he ended up exposing his lack of intelligence about one of the verses regarding the covenant, right? And then he proceeded to respond to that video and proceeded to expose his lack of intelligence further, and then ended up shafting Genesis in the process and proved why Genesis is the corrupted book as we know. And it's crazy that this guy's calling me a cloud chaser while the only reason why his videos even do any good is when he's attacking Islam. It's pretty pathetic, dude, but just like I cooked you the last few times, I'm gonna cook you again.
It says this: during the pre-Islamic period of ignorance, I saw a she-monkey surrounded by a number of monkeys. They were stoning it because it had committed illegal sexual intercourse, so I too stoned it with them. Let's see if you have any logical explanation as to how monkeys are organizing stonings against monkeys who are breaking covenants of marriage. Are you okay?
The fact that he can read that with a straight face is what's making me question, are you okay, bro? The punishment for infidelity is only mentioned about humans in the Quran, and the punishment is 100 lashes, and that is after proving it. Unless there's 4 people who have seen the act being done, or the man and the woman taking oaths by Allah 4 times that they are telling the truth, and the 5th time that the curse of Allah be upon them if they're lying, and only after that can anyone be punished. But I want you to answer this now. Book of Leviticus 20:10. If a man commits adultery with another man's wife, both the adulterer and the adulteress shall surely put to death. This is death upon humans for infidelity. Book of Deuteronomy 22:22. If a man is found lying with the wife of another man, both of them shall die. So, you were trying to say that that's for monkeys, right? Yeah, that doesn't exist in Islam. But this is in the book that you mentioned, because I remember you were quoting Genesis when I shafted it. This is from your Old Testament. I want you to defend this.
I would love for you to give us a reasonable explanation as to why in Islam there are monkeys stoning other monkeys for committing adultery that only happens between human beings, rational beings.
The rational answer to that is it doesn't exist. That is not in the Quran.
You stupid.
Quran is Islam. Just like Bibles are Christianity. So how about you start defending books that you're obligated to follow? You're after the books that I don't have to follow. I am attacking books that you have to follow. You're getting baked hardcore with oil, spit roasted.
So yeah, I would love for you to explain that. And also, don't try to lean on pre-Islamic, because all that means was, this is what I saw before the revelation came down to the Prophet Muhammad. Jahiliyyah, it means before the revelation actually came down to the Prophet Muhammad, this is what I saw. This was a companion that saw it.
Since there's no way you can prove anything you said, let me prove something. Book of Numbers 22:28-30. A donkey speaks to Balaam.
Bruh.
Second book of Kings 2:23-24. Youths mock the prophets and bears maul, 42 of them. Book of Genesis 19:30-36. Lot's daughter get him drunk and sleep with him. Book of Ezekiel 4 verse 12-15. Prophet told to bake bread over dung. How about you start explaining these, my man?
So don't try to say this was way back in the Stone Age. No, this was the days after Jesus, before the Prophet Muhammad. So if you can so kindly show us how a monkey can organize a stoning against other monkeys for adultery, we'd love you to do that.
So in conclusion, this was pretty goddamn embarrassing. First, you came after the Quran, got humbled badly. I want you to first respond to the shafting I gave Genesis that day when you were trying to say that Quran copied things from Genesis. Explain the points I made there. 1. 2. The next time you make arguments about Islam, make sure you use the Quran, especially if you're responding to me. 3. The baking I gave you today, I hope this encourages you toward just defending your religion or spreading knowledge about your religion instead of attacking Islam. until you keep making videos about Islam, I'm gonna keep baking you. Because believe me, if we're talking about making points from other people's scriptures, I can write a diss track if I'm using Bible. You can't use anything using the Quran. So we're not playing on the same playing field, my man. It's best you keep explaining to people how this equals one.